Hi there. Welcome to this episode of Write With Me at IELTS Juice. Today we're going to plan an essay, and the rubric here says, some people say that parents should encourage their children to take part in organized group activities in their free time. So we have children and their free time. That's the topic here. And some people believe that parents should take control and just encourage or order kind of politely these children to do certain activities. In this case, organized group activities, teamwork, something that they can learn together with their peers. Others say that it is important for children to learn how to occupy on their own, or occupy themselves on their own, rather. Now, in this case, or following the second camp, they believe that children should take control of their own free time and the activities there, and they need to come up with a certain activity here. So we have two camps. And the rubric says, discuss both views and give your opinion. There are certain things I need to say. One, we need to discuss both these views and say our own opinion. So there are three main elements that we need to address, develop, and discuss here. So three elements appear in this essay. And IELTS will check every single one of them, and every single one of them deserves development. The second thing I would like to say is that we need to make sure we discuss the two views first and fully, and then we state our own opinion. This is not an opinion essay. And in many cases, not all, but in many cases, these two camps do not fight with each other. They are not in opposite. They're not like day and night, black and white. They have a certain opinion. Camp 1, Camp 2 has their own opinion, and you may have a completely separate opinion. So it's not like 100% opposite to each other, particularly in this rubric. We just have different opinions, not opposing views. Now, we have our standard introduction, body paragraphs, and conclusion. You can come up with an attention grabber as your first sentence. Basically, you need to grab your reader's attention. But at IELTS, it's optional because, well, we all know the examiner is going to read your essay 100% guaranteed. So you don't need to invest a lot in a sentence, a catchy sentence, something that will really grab your reader's attention and forces him or her into reading this essay. Your audience is only one individual, and that individual is going to read this definitely because he or she is paid for that. But if you want to start again, this is a good opening. You can spend just 10 seconds on something that will really attract your reader. And then you need to set the stage. The second sentence is the background. You need to connect. If you have an attention grabber, you connect that attention grabber, and this is the action. You grab the attention, then in the connecting info part, you bring them down to the areas where you believe are important. But if you don't have an attention grabber, and this is your first sentence, the connecting info part, you need to set the foundation, lay the foundation, make the grounds for your discussion. Remember, the topic here is about children, not young adults, not teenagers, not toddlers, not senior citizens, not adults. And they have free time. So we are not talking about the time they're at school or they have public education. So the topic, the ground here is that children with their free time. And we need to decide who is in charge. This is the exact area where you need to come up with your most important sentence of the entire essay, your thesis statement. Now, the thesis statement is where you need to acknowledge that there is a camp A or camp 1, and there is another camp called camp 2 or camp B. So there are two camps. They appear in your thesis statement. You need to acknowledge their existence. You just need to name them. You need to say some people believe parents should be in charge, while others believe that children can manage it on their own as part of their learning. Some candidates, interestingly, add their opinion into one of these camps. And they, for instance, say that, and the next camp, or while others, including me, believe, and they go inside one camp and they 100% agree with another camp. It can be camp 2 or camp 1. It doesn't matter really. But it is important to mention your opinion, but your opinion should come with them, not at the beginning. You don't set the stage. Rather here, you don't set the stage. It's not your opinion that matters first. Their opinion or their opinions matter first, then your opinion. So your opinion comes second. That's the difference between opinion essays and discussion-led essays like this one. Your opinion is not the priority. It actually is the second in priority, or maybe third, depending on how you structure your answer. So I'll put it for later use here. Now we have our structure. So obviously, the thesis statement is the most important one, and the order needs to be maintained. If the rubric comes with the first camp as those parents being in charge, then you need to follow that, and you need to label them as camp 1, and the order appears in the statement. So camp 1 first and then camp 2. And exactly like here, you have camp 1 and then you have camp 2. You devote one paragraph each. You need to come up with their own topic sentences. You can say, you can label it. You can say, these people believe in A and B. The people of camp 1 believe in A and B reasons why parents should be in charge. For camp 2, you still need to come up with another topic sentence, and you do the same thing. This is a good approach. If your opinion, I'm done with developing the two camps. So in these two paragraphs, you basically support, you give examples, you come up with multiple sentences to convince why these people believe in this, and those people, or the people in another camp, believe in a certain set of other ideas. Now, if your opinion falls 100% in the second camp category, you don't need to mention anything about your opinion, because you can mention your opinion in the conclusion, and you finish by saying that, yeah, anything these people say are in line with my opinion, so I don't have anything extra to say, and you basically finish it. So let me before go ahead and do this, let me first tell you what a difficult scenario may look like and what an easy scenario may look like. A difficult one is when your opinion is different from these two, or you somehow in agreement with this one, but like 60% and like 40% with these people. If that is the case, you need to come up with a new paragraph, because this is new. Your opinion is not 100% camp 1, is not 100% camp 2. It's something mixed, or it's completely different. So these two are completely out of the picture, and your opinion is completely different. In this case, you need another topic sentence, and you basically need to mention your opinion here. And then you go ahead and you finish your essay by saying, yeah, this is you paraphrase the thesis statement by acknowledging the two camps, and also you acknowledge your opinion. And then you add, if this is not two sentences, you need another sentence, something optional, just to tell you that, okay, you need to, I don't know, governments need to do this and that. If something bad happens, then it's the responsibility of parents, or if it's the responsibility of children, or it's a part of learning curve, something that will predict that or make some suggestions, but be 100% sure that it doesn't go off topic. We must not add any new information in our conclusion. This is important. Now, this is a hard scenario because you now have to deal with 1, 2, 3 body paragraphs, one introduction, one conclusion. You have 5 paragraphs. You will run out of time. It is more organized, and in reality, you may have a different opinion than these two camps. Of course, that happens. That's life. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion, correct? But it's very difficult at IELTS. You don't have time. You need to come up with multiple grammatical structures. You need to come up with different words. Your vocabulary range must be varied and wide. So this is a bit hard. That's why my suggestion is usually that you forget the third body paragraph. So I'm going to say goodbye to this one. And you basically say that my opinion is in line with one of these camps. It doesn't matter which one. And when you state your thesis statement, you again acknowledge the two camps, and then here you say why your opinion is in line with camp 2 based on everything that you discussed here. So you don't need to add any new information. There are no new information. It's just basically you believe in the set of beliefs that they have, and you already developed all those beliefs here, and you come up with the standard procedure again. Doing this will help you even forget this sentence, because you need to, in the thesis statement, you need to paraphrase this thesis statement and acknowledge the existence of Camp A and their beliefs, and Camp 2 and their beliefs, and then you finish it, and then you can also add your opinion. But remember that your opinion needs to be something completely 100% in line with one of these camps. You cannot say anything, all of a sudden, something different. And in this case, you can finish your essay in 250, maybe 300 words. Let's say if this is 40 words and the introduction is also 40, so totally 80 words, you are left with around 170 words that you can devote here. You can write 80, 85, 90 words, 80 words, 90 words here, vice versa. And make sure that the size of the two paragraphs remain almost the same. You need to give these two camps equal chances. You should not attack one for the benefit of the other. IELTS asks you to discuss both these views. We need to discuss the two views, and each view deserves a chance, and they need to be seen and properly developed. And that's why I'm saying one very good indicator is that the size of your paragraphs remain almost the same. Almost. I'm not saying you need to have a ruler or you need to count each word or the lines, but just make sure that the first, for example, body paragraph is not 4 lines and the other is 10 lines. That doesn't show a balanced approach to the question here. If you wish to see an assessed version of this rubric and improved with proper organization, click over here. If you need to see more planning on IELTS topics, click over here to see more series. Remember, eat healthy.